Hello everybody. So on my haul video y'all saw that I got this die set to make the Christmas tree, but I'm kind of wondering if there's a way we can use these pieces and just make a flat card. Now if I'm right, there should be 3 different sizes. Maybe there's only 2 different sizes. Bottom tree, middle tree, top tree. So my thought is, can we do just a card? Using our panels, and they would still, glue together, and we would trim, some of them off. We're gonna try it anyways. We're gonna try it and see how it works. If it don't work, then it doesn't work. Now I'm hoping, I haven't used this. Look at this. Hello fall, 'tis the season. Look, here's a little truck. And some Christmas trees and some foliage and all this stuff come in this winter wishes collection. Look at these. Look at how cute. That's just adorable. I forget about these sometimes. But anyways, I'm thinking I was thinking about looking for like an embossing folder. Look at that. All this stuff that I just haven't even, I'm sure I did something when I first got it and I haven't done nothing since. But I was thinking that there would be cardstock in here that we can use for our Christmas tree. Just kind of hoping something kind of branchy looking. So let's peek in here and have a look. See. Are they double-sided? They are. That might kind of work maybe, but I was hoping for more just branchy. That's an ugly sweater, look. That might work, but it's all kind of an ugly sweater thing. I kind of like that one. Okay, we'll try this one. We even got linen card in here that will work. So, what did I just do with all the stuff I took out of here? It's right there. What's nice is Crafter's Companion paper is, honestly, I have to give them kudos because it definitely is a little on the thicker side. And so, excuse me, it's paper, but it's thicker paper. It's not too flimsy. because I'm hoping that there is a way that we can kind of what's the word I'm trying to think of here? You know, give it some dimension here. So I'm going to start with the smaller ones. The pieces I don't want are the pumpkins, so I think I might just go ahead and cut that off. Because this is a Christmas tree. I don't really want it to be just winter. I want it to be Christmas, even though it's kind of got that look to it. I think the rest of these will all look good. I'm kind of wanting to get these smaller ones out of this with the branches. So I'm gonna come through here and one. If I have to use the other piece, I will, but I'm kind of hoping I don't have to because I don't want to waste the paper. There's 2, and this one would be 3. Let me do it in this direction. Just so it gives that branch look. That's what I'm hoping for. And I'm just going to start with 3 of each and then go from there. Okay. Now, I don't know yet if I want to cut these tabs off because we're not doing a circular thing, but it might kind of help to get it on. It might be too big. It might be too big for a card. But let's go with the next size, which okay, so that's going to be this one. And with this one, I'm not going to worry so much about what's what. I'm going to oh, it's not going to fit. Oh, there we go. So we can get that on that way, I think. Don't want to move it. So I'll just cut this there. That's going to be 2. It's a little Well, look, we'll see how it works. If it doesn't work, we'll get another one. One more. I can feed you. I might not get 3 of those big ones out of that. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get 3, so I'm going to have to go back in and grab the other sheet of this. First, let me make sure it's not going to be too big, so let me check these. So if I have these 3, and then these 3, okay. How wide is that already? It's going from, so there's already 5. So we're not going to be able to do that bigger unless we squeeze everything together tighter. And I think we lose something with that. Okay, these are squeezed this tight. Then we're at 6 3/4 to 11. Well, it's still too much, isn't it? That's not gonna work. We're not gonna be able to do it unless we can do it all out of the little ones. And for this, maybe we just need to just get the other dies, the outer dies for the, like these. Maybe we just need all of these. So let me do this over. So I'm gonna take these 2 and I'm gonna put this inside of it. So we just do it over. We just try to work it out and see, because you know, dimensionals are nice and they're lovely and they're sweet, but sometimes, how often are you going to use it? How many of them are you going to make, right? So that was my thought. So I thought, well, let's see if we can use them to make a card. And if we can make a card, I still plan on making the tree. I'm going to make the tree because I want the tree. But if we can make a card using it, then that's just all the better, right? I think. And I think I'm going to see, so they would go together like that. And I think I'm just going to use these. Will this fit in here? Yep. Just, you know, like the next layer is going to be 4 and then 5. I'm going to get as many out of here as possible without... If I don't have to use that other piece of paper, then I'm happy. Let me get another. Here, let's do it like that. That way it's hitting both pieces. It might be too busy. It might be making too busy of a tree. I might be messing this up completely. Okay, so I should have enough now to see if this is gonna work. So if I have 4 layers, right? And then the 3 layers. And then the next one would be 5 layers. It might work. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Let's see what I can get out of here. I like to use the die and not the other paper because it's just seems like it works better that way. Now, it's possible that maybe the thing would be spreading it out more. And then we wouldn't have to cut so many pieces. So if these are in tight, and these are more spread out, and then these are even more spread out than that. No, that won't work. No, I have to have one more for sure, at least. That kind of worked here, but not down here. So do I have paper for one more at least? And let's see if that will work. Ooh. Here we go. I know I got lots of dies that'll cut out Christmas trees, but I just thought that this building a tree might be a really cute thing to do. And like I said, if we have a die and we have more ways than one to use it, then I feel like let's do it, right? So, one up top, one underneath, one on top, one underneath. There's our 4. Then we need 3 kind of spread out. And so 1, 2 and 3. And then these 3 tighter. There's our tree. Okay, let's try it on a card front. And I wanted it to be 5 by 7. I'm just gonna take, and honestly, I haven't done nothing to this. I don't know if I have a background that'll work. What about this one? What about this one? That could possibly be snow falling. In 4. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I want to glue them together. So I know these need to be kind of tight together, so I'm gonna glue them that way. So I'm gonna do this. If it doesn't work, then we know it's not gonna work. But if it does work, then we could have a really sweet card, right? Ooh, I didn't want to do it that way. I wanted this one on the top. I'll explain that in a second. Okay, so these are going to be kind of tight together so that the top is small. I have the lighter green in the middle. Okay, see how tight I put those? I have the lighter green in the middle, and then this layer, I'm gonna put the darker green in the middle. See what I'm saying? So that you get that little variance on there. But now these are not gonna be so tight when I glue them. So I'm gonna spread them out more. I think I wanted that one underneath, but that's all right. We'll just go ahead and do it this way anyways. But I did want that top one underneath on this next layer just to give it that little bit of difference too. So now we have 2 layers of our tree. All right. 2 layers. Now we need the 4. And these, I think I need the over, under, right? And under. And let's check. No, under, over, under, and over. Okay, that's gonna work. That's better that way. Okay. So now I'll do these 4 together. And you may be thinking, does it really matter? I don't know, but I'm hoping what I'm envisioning will work. And if it does, I mean, it could be really pretty. And this one's gonna go over. I just want to make sure that's what I want. Yeah. Okay. So over. Okay, so I have my 3 layers of my tree put together now. One, 2, 3. Do we like that? Maybe it needs to be a little. It's kind of. Yeah. Right. Now here's what I want to do. This is the part I'm nervous of, because it's freshly glued, but I want to give it a little bit of a curve. Doesn't need to be a lot of curve. Maybe I should have curved it before, but I was thinking that it needed the curve after. Just a little bit. I didn't need to do that much curve. I'm just wanting to give it a little bit of some dimension. How's that look? Now to put it on the card, my thought was dimension. So I want to get some thin dimensional tape. So I'm going to look at what I got and see. If I have some that is thinner than the others. That's the same. That might be thicker. I know there was some that was thicker than others. Yep, this might be my thinner. Here. This looks thin right here. So this is what I'm gonna put underneath this one. The thinner stuff. Okay. If this was not for the video, I would be putting glue. But since I'm doing this video and I don't want it to be too long, because we're already at a half hour and we haven't even started, it feels like. Okay, so this one would go first, and then this one would go with a little bit thicker. See, that's really thin. Those two are thin, so this one is thicker. So that's the one that's gonna go on here. Because I only want it just a little bit thicker for the second one. Now that Claw 3D glue would be really good for this. Okay, so then this, and then this, and then this one, I'm gonna layer them. So I'm gonna put some of this. I'm gonna take this off. All of that tape, all of these rolls I got at the beginning of the pandemic from Crafter's Companion in one purchase. It was like so cheap. So that's why whenever I tell you, oh, this is that stuff from Crafter's Companion that was so thick or so much. And some of these rolls were huge. And I've used them, and I've been using them ever since, and I still got plenty. Okay, so I'm going to take the first one, and I'm going to take the backing off. And put it down here. Then I'm going to take the second one. I didn't get that on there straight. Of course, this card might be a little warped. It's still pretty sticky too, and I've had it that long. And it's sticky. Okay, so this one will go here, and it's thicker. It's just a little bit thicker, I mean, you can see. And then, of course, this one's going to be the thickest. Because it's got one of each. I didn't want it to go two of the tall because I figured that would be too thick. And I didn't want to go two of this thinner because I wasn't sure if that's what the thicker one is. So that's why we ended up with what we ended up with. Okay, so here's the tree, and it's dimensional. Okay, now maybe shouldn't have glued it so tight at the bottoms. I should have left those more open. Because here's what I'm thinking. We have all these decorations now. Right, we have all these little bauble decorations. Look at that. They call them baubles. We call them ornaments. Ornament. 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 I'm assuming that's an ornament. Here's another ornament. How many ornaments are there? There's a candy cane. I'm not going to do the candy cane. There's another candy cane there. There's some stars. And star. There's a little teeny star. And then we got the star for the top. Great. Oh, there's more stars. There's a whole mess of stars right there. All right. So, what I want is some kind of shimmer or mirror or something in gold or silver. Not copper. Here, I think I found. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Nice. Beautiful. A folder. Here we go. So I don't want to have to glue these down because there's so many of them. Or tape them down, I mean. But might have to. We'll see. Now it all depends how you want to decorate your tree. Do you want just a bunch of the same ones? Do you want all different ones? What do you want? Okay, now I'm going to be very careful here because, look, that's why, because of, see that one sliding off? I don't want them sliding around, so I'm going to hold them tight. See them sliding? I don't want them to do that. We don't want to break our machine. We don't want to mess up our dies. We don't want to do none of that. I don't want to lose any dies coming out the other side either, because these are a bunch of some really small dies. So I'm going to come over here and grab these dies. Oh, please, please, please. Okay. So now I can take my glue. I wish I'd put that down better too. Take my glue. I'm just gonna say, okay, something needs to go here. Okay. I need one here. Yeah, you could tie strings on these too. You know, I'm not saying hang it by the string, but just put a little string in there, tie a little bow. If you wanted to. Put that there. I probably should have cut it to size before I did this. I wasn't thinking. I'm just throwing them on. I'm not making sense out of it or nothing. I'm just telling you how my mind works while I was thinking that this might be a good idea. I'm obviously not spreading them out correctly. If this was my tree right now, I'd be like, ah. Now they have a star for the top. They do not have an angel for the top. So that's kind of a what do you prefer thing. And you're really going to have to take the star, even if you prefer an angel, unless you have a way to do an angel for the top. I kind of like both. I don't really have like a favorite that way. You know, the star led the wise men, but an angel also came and talked to them. So on top of my tree, I don't worry about if it's an angel or a star. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in here and I'm gonna cut this out. And you can do all different colors or whatever. Doesn't have to be all like I'm doing. I'm just doing this real quick so you can see what my idea was, what my thought process is, and how we can do this. So what I might do, I'm thinking, okay. So I got my star, and the star needs to go in here, but I'm thinking, uh-oh. See, I'm trying to do stuff too soon. And this stuff ain't dry yet. Isn't dry yet. So I need the star down on here. Boy, I wonder if that's 7 inches or if I went over 7 inches. Well, we're gonna find out. I got my foam underneath there, so it's stopping it from going farther in. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna trim it right here. And add glue. And probably tomorrow, I will probably come and make the dimensional box. I want to kind of get that down, but it's not wanting to go down. You know, I probably ought to get some foam tape, some of the smaller foam tape, and just use a little piece of that there to stick it. Because it's sticking way up right there. And it's just too much sticking up. So if I can get something to hold it down, but holding it straight down, that's too straight. So if I can get just to stay in there down enough. What do you think? Okay, let me get my paper trimmer and see. If I can get this trimmed down good. I don't want to lose none of my little tiny pieces here. So I'm going to be careful with these. There we go. These. This is going to have to be open so I can see where the 7 lays. The 7 lays here. So I might want it a little shorter than that. And that puts this little star right in the way. So I'm going to have to cut that, but cut your paper first. Then you know what you got to get it to sit in. Right? Okay, so that's a little bit under 7. Now I got to get it into the 5. So that's not going to be a problem. I'm going to come here, trim that. This was with the bubbles. And I'm gonna kind of try to get this trimmed. Let's see if that's centered now. I can take a little bit more off there. Well, I need to make it match up. So, just a little bit. There we go, there's our tree. We need to make a card blank, 5x7, so let me get a piece of paper for that. We need it to be 10x7. So I'm gonna cut it at 10. Cut it at 10. Is that on the 10? Yeah. Oh. Score it at 5. And then cut it at 7. All right, so here's the card blank. Very quickly, let's do this. I could have used some better paper. This paper maybe wasn't the best paper. I could have maybe put the star on a dimensional. Okay, that's there. Let's see how much I have space to play with for my border here. All right, I have a little bit and I want to use green. So I think what I'm going to do, first let me, is come in here, get a sheet of the linen that's going to match, hopefully. It should match. And now I want to cut it at 5x7, just that little teeny tiny bit shorter. So go to the 7 again. And just gonna be a little bit shorter. But that doesn't look straight. Maybe it is. And 5. Just a teeny tiny bit smaller. Just because I don't like overhang on my card. It's a linen card in there if you're wondering. Or paper. I don't know if this is considered paper or card. It's pretty thin. I would say it's paper. Not a lot of glue on there, but that's all right. So I just cut that just a little bit short so that it doesn't overhang the paper. And then this would go on here. So let me add some glue to this. So this tree might not have turned out fantastic or great or whatever, but I've learned some stuff. so that next time I maybe can get it better, right? Now, there are also, this is not real straight. That's right. There are also dies here for things to put under the tree. So you could do, like, there's gift dies for little gifts. There's a train. I would take and just put, you know, a train, and, you know, I maybe should have put the star over. So cut that off, put it over the tree. That would have made more room, and then we would have had room for gifts and the train and all of that. And maybe when I go to make another one, I'll do another video now that I've figured out some stuff. So like this is maybe too much pushed up. It's a little too much up. But I like that one. So this one maybe could have been the same as this because it would have been overlapping anyways. And this one maybe could have been, maybe they could have all been the same. I don't know. But you can get gifts under there, and but we were able to make a tree. Just, I pictured it more rounded because I thought I was going to be using the construction pieces, but that didn't quite work out. So we figured out a way around it. And it just needs, this just really needs to be on top of the tree. And it's not coming up. All right, everybody. Well, now you see how my mind works and what I think. And it doesn't always work out. But if I came back and did another video, I could probably get it pretty good. So, all right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like and subscribe button. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.